mercenaries, really, that's the double M. Born baller, baby boy, I be above the rim.
What's good, family? It's your boy Just Blaze, host of the best NBA pod in the game, Above the Rim. Keep it locked each week and join myself and a special guest as we tackle the latest rumblings in the league. If it's happening in the NBA, you know I got you covered. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms and leave that 5-star review. Let's get it.
Even some teams that they've called, I'm told, as just a dump, like, we'll give you Chris Paul for free, those teams are like, we're good.
I told him Chris was going to the finals.
You said it.
Didn't I call it out?
You said it.
Didn't I call it out?
You said
now
it.
talk to him. Talk to me nice.
Appreciate you.
Talk to me nice, baby. Yeah. Hey, let's go, man. Hey, I've said it. Hey, Chris, what's up, man?
What's up, boss?
Hey, how that shoulder feeling, man? You good?
Good now.
You straight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We about to go to the finals. Hey, I've been telling y'all, bro, y'all can't be sleeping on the point guard. He's the best to ever do it. Let's go. Yeah, CP, talk to him. Talk to him, Chris.
Talk about it.
You are now tuned in to Above the Rim.
Family, welcome back to another edition of Above the Rim. Brought to you, as always, it's your host, Justin, a.k.a. Just Blaze. Family, you know the drill. To get in contact with me, you can always hit me up or follow me on Twitter at JustBlaze_513, on IG at JustBlaze513, on Facebook, search Above the Rim Podcast. Email the show as well, Above the Rim NBA Podcast at gmail.com. Tap in and leave the family a voicemail. The line is always open, 908-718-1592. Sending those voicemails. It's playoff time. It's finals time. I know the streets is locked and loaded. Subscribe on all platforms. Leave a review as always on iTunes. Stock up on your merch. Support the family. Joining me this week, the family is in the building once again. On a beautiful, I was about to say Sunday. It's Monday today. Remo, a.k.a. Radical Reem, a.k.a. Mellow Reem, a.k.a. Executive Reem, a.k.a. 3 to the Dome. What's good, my brother? How you living?
A.K.A. Hot Take Reem.
Hot Take Reem is be added to that. Damo, a.k.a. Mr. Sabbatical, as we call him, a.k.a. Mr. Miles Turner, a.k.a. the T-Mac Apologist. What's good, my brother?
Treyway in the building.
Treyway in the building. That's what I'm talking about. What's good, fellas? I appreciate y'all pulling up on me for the prophecy episode this week.
Oh, you know it's only right.
Come on, it's only right, man.
Well, let us hear it.
I had to bring y'all brothers here because y'all know how crazy I am about this shit. So I couldn't have no static coming to me on an episode like this because this shit is too big, man. Fellas, man, they said Lakers in 3. Then we swept your MVP, got through a 2-game suspect conspiracy. It's CP3's year. It's time to complete the prophecy, my brothers. Bring this chip home for the streets. NBA Finals time, fellas. How we feeling about this Finals? Talk to me, Damo.
Not that interested. You know, I wanted that parade on Flatbush, man.
I knew it, yep.
You know, but all in all, I just hope that both teams is healthy, so we could get, we could get a good series. I don't want nobody to be missing. I don't want no excuses. I want a mono series.
Well, everybody should be playing. Hopefully.
We'll see. You know, Giannis got that little injury last series, so but hopefully, the Greek Freak is in good shape. But if he's not, they're gonna be in trouble.
Talk to me, Remo. What you thought about this series?
I like it. I think it's good parity for the league. That super teams are not the only way to go. A little bit of health and a little bit of luck.
Point.
You know what I'm saying? Is as equivalent to where you need to go. I don't want to hear no asterisk talk when it comes to any of these because guess what? Being healthy is part of an NBA career. Because if you're not healthy and you're not available, you're not doing your team any good. I don't care how big your name is.
That's true. Everybody does have to play, too. You can't blame the shortened. I mean, you can. It does play a factor into it, the shortened off-season, everything like that. But they're all conditioned $1 million trained athletes. So it is everybody's job to be healthy.
Everybody playing the same amount of games, though.
For real. Injuries happen to everybody, man.
Facts.
And good point, too, about in a league like dominated by super teams, that is 2 homegrown teams, basically small market teams competing for a title. I feel like this finals is maybe proof that every team kind of has a chance to win it all. if you build your team the right way, or if everything swings maybe to your way as well, and getting the right pieces and surrounding them around a perfect talent, or maybe having all the pieces that mesh together and everybody being on the same goal. So I do like that these two teams are actually the two teams that made it, rather than our normal super teams that we've been having these last couple of years.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting take.
Yeah, and the Suns, they're in their first final since 1993, in search of their franchise's first championship. The Bucks returned to the finals first time since 1974. Their last one was in 1971, I believe. In the regular season series, it was 2-0. The Suns won. They won both regular season matchups against the Bucks, both by 1 point each. The first game was a 17-point Suns comeback. And then the Suns won at the end. And the second was one on that controversial call at the end when they called it on Booker. The foul call with no seconds left, and he won by the free throws. So, initial thoughts on the series. I'm going to start off here. My first thoughts when it comes to this series, I'm looking at how my man CP performs. That's the number one thing I'm looking at. In 2 games, in the regular season, he averaged 25, 10, and 5. He shot a great percentage from the floor. His pick and roll game, fellas, is the key to me in the series for him. Because I'm looking back at their matchups. The Suns should be putting the Bucks in a pick your poison type of offensive game for the Suns. It should be pick and roll all day, every day, because when you look at the Bucks, they play a lot of drop coverage. Brook Lopez is the big. He's always dropping back. And they tend to leave that mid-range open a lot. So, in my opinion, which I think it should be a lot of people's opinion, CP and Devin Booker should eat in that mid-range. They're two of the best mid-range shooters in the league, as we all know. And if we looked in that last series that the Bucks played in, Ice Trae was having his way in the mid-range, especially with his floaters, especially with his speed coming off of those screens, and they were targeting Brook Lopez a lot. So I think that should be a lot of the same game plan going forward, especially for CP and especially for Booker, who actually go for those mid-range shots rather than trying to get to the rim. So Remo, talk to me. What are your first thoughts when you see this series and matchups?
I think that the NBA has decided that the 3 is the way to win, and kind of CP just demolished the whole thought of that. I think being able to manipulate a defense is big.
Yeah.
And what he brings to the game is the smarts. So I think he has a chance to elevate above everybody that he's playing against in the series, because he's the only one with, battle Texas in a way where big games matter. And what he brings along with his young squad might be the difference.
Crowder too also has some. Well, Crowder's technically the only player in this series that has been in the finals at all.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
So I like his grittiness, and he might be one of the X factors of the team as well.
I agree. I always call Crowder one of the best utility player in the game. I got heat for that like last year when the last prophecy was for the Heat to go in the finals. So Crowder might be the key to the prophecy.
You 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, brother. 2 years in a row. You was with me for all of those episodes too. So yeah. So Damo, talk to me. Thoughts on the matchups in this NBA Finals right here.
Well,
First of all, I sense some heat coming from the sea. You mad at the Nets are not in the finals?
just a little upset, Just I feel like
all this heat.
The injuries just plagued the NBA this year in the playoffs.
But why are you so tight though?
Oh man, I really wanted that one for Brooklyn this year, man. But I guess I'm gonna have to wait till next year.
It's not their year, brother.
It is what it is.
Wait. So, actually, no. We'll talk about it after because I want to get your thoughts on that series. Oh, why are you so mad that the Nets lost? I feel like they didn't play. They weren't supposed to win that series. But anyway, matchups in this series. What do you feel might be one of the most important matchups in this finals?
I think, me personally, as soon as I seen that it was going to be the Bucks versus the Suns, I would automatically immediately looked at the center matchup. To me, that's going to be interesting. And the physicality in this series, like I want to see who's going to be more physical, because both sides got dogs. Bucks got PJ Tucker, and the Suns got your boy over there. I can't think of his name. Crowder. So that's going to be interesting to watch. But then again, back to the center matchup, it's going to be interesting because if Brook Lopez shows up and balls out the way he's been playing lately, it's gonna be a little trouble for. I think it's gonna be a little trouble for the Suns because Ayton is gonna unless they have Crowder guarding Brook Lopez on the outside and have Ayton stay on the inside with Giannis. So then again, now you got to watch the coaching adjustments that's going to be made. So that's going to be real interesting for me to watch the adjustments being made on the fly.
Well, that was a good point that you made because in the regular season, Crowder was playing Brook Lopez and Ayton was the one guarding Giannis.
Yeah, because Brook Lopez loved to be out there on that line.
Yeah, we know Brook Lopez.
Not them last 3 games though.
He was hooping these last games.
He parked in that paint.
Yeah, if he balls like that.
Maybe it's because, some of it, they kind of switched his role a little bit, too. He was rolling a lot more to the paint.
No, Giannis.
Giannis.
But
2 games
Black Jesus, him and Black Jesus
I was getting
together.
I was getting to him. I was getting to him.
Yeah, we definitely going to talk about him. So let's get into the X factors then in this series. Because I talked about CP. I'm putting a lot of this series on him, in my opinion. I think he needs to take over the series. I think we don't run from accountability. So to me, I think for the Suns, this series lives and dies with CP, in my opinion. I think he needs to take the reins, and I think he needs to be aggressive from the outset of the game. But I'm also bringing up a good point. One of the X factors in this series, free throw shooting. Because we look, the Suns are one of the best free throw shooting teams in the league. CP3 is literally the best free throw shooter in the league. He won the free throw title or whatever that is this year.
Wait, that's a thing?
It's not really a title, but I'm just saying he had the best free throw percentage this year in the league. I'm just saying Giannis, 53% from the line in this playoffs. The Bucks as a team, 71% from the line. The Suns as a team, 86% from the line in this postseason. So games get tight. Like I said, in the regular season, the games were both decided by 1 point. So we obviously know these teams are very evenly matched. They're most likely going to play a very close tactical type of game. There's going to be nip and tuck scoring. Both teams play defense. So I think free throw shooting is going to be very important because you don't want to give up any of those free buckets, man. So I think free throw shooting to me is going to be very important this series. And I got to talk about what's up Giannis's free throw shooting, bro. How long it takes him. Son, it takes
What
him
is
like,
that about?
Yo, when has that been a thing? I never really noticed that until the playoffs. Did y'all notice that?
Nah, I didn't notice it either until...
A lot of players are suffering from it now because they changed the rules where you can't step away from the free throw line anymore. Usually
before the shot?
Yeah, you miss one and then you'll usually take a breath and you'll maybe walk back towards half court to gather your breath, your thoughts. You can't move from the circle anymore.
Oh, really?
So that's why Westbrook, he suffered from that as well. Where free throw is just not all skill. It's more mental. It's more calming your heart pace down to get to a level where you can concentrate on effectively shooting the ball. But when you're emotionally into it, you got the crowd, you can't step away from the circle. Like, you know what I mean?
Is he scared at the line?
He's just not good. He's just not good.
But is he shook though?
He just can't shoot. We said this a long time ago.
Yo, but I see you say that. You don't think he's making that in practice, son? I think he's making that in practice.
But in practice and game situation is different. It's
I know.
a controlled environment.
But you saying he can't shoot, that means he can't make it ever.
Right. What I'm saying is that in order to get in consistent basis, you have to have the mechanics. He doesn't have the mechanics to set him in the right path. So if you miss a free throw off the reps for somebody that's a good shooter, they go back to the basics.
Yeah.
Bend your knees.
Or they use the same routine.
He doesn't have a routine because he can't shoot.
He does that 15-second
He's trying
routine.
to figure it out.
I don't know why he takes so long.
I'm going to give you an example. Markelle Fultz forgot to shoot. Forgot how to shoot.
Well, he had that nervous shit.
Listen, but they said he
Is that
forgot.
the same thing?
They said he forgot. No, he had an impingement in his nerve.
Yeah. His was way worse.
But he came back and hit 3-pointers. Giannis, what is that? Ben Simmons, what is that? You know the saying. God lock you with Brickley.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the Brickley.
Yo, Giannis and Ben Simmons, they have to lock in with Brickley. Reem has been saying it forever. They still didn't lock in, so it's not.
Come to New York, man.
Simmons need to lock in overseas now. That's all right.
You sent him to China already? Yeah. The Shanghai Sharks?
China.
X Factors. Remo, talk to me. What you got?
I think Giannis should take the first 2 games off and let Black Jesus go crazy.
Oh my God!
Hear me out. I think he takes a lesser role.
Want them to lose.
Wow.
No, but they look. The team looks better with him out there. Without
They are more free flowing.
they're more free flowing. The paint isn't crowded. There's no ramming into the middle. The ball swimming around. Everybody can shoot. That's on the court from Brook Lopez back down to Black Jesus. And he's more accountable to be effective in the game because you don't have a Giannis to rely on. So I think he's probably one of the keys. And his defensive against point guard is pretty key.
But you saying Drew is the key or Giannis not playing is the key?
Can I split it 50-50?
It sounds like it's a little bit of both, but that's a little disrespect.
I just don't like Giannis's game.
Well, we know that.
I'm just not a fan.
But you don't want the back-to-back MVP. You want him to miss 2 games if he can go?
But I've been trying to tell y'all, they got to stop making people MVPs that are not skilled basketball players. He's not a skilled basketball player. It's
Maybe it's the will, not the skill.
It's a lot left for him to figure out on the basics of basketball. They named him the MVP. Why? I don't know.
We need to better that footwork.
You know, he needs to learn how to dribble, how to play.
Well, we saw Blake Griffin was shutting him down on the lowest of keys. Blake Griffin, the defensive stopper, Blake Griffin.
Listen,
you know,
all you gotta do is make it to the first slide. He has no alternate move.
Yeah, he does the same thing every time. He try to bully his way into the paint. If that doesn't work, he's gonna do that little punk ass spin.
Yeah.
And then if that don't work, he's throwing the ball out.
So is that going to work against primarily Ayton in the series? Ayton is a little bit taller than him, maybe a little bit stronger, or they're just about the same strength wise. Are those spins, are those charging to the lanes gonna work? Because Giannis did score against the Suns. He averaged I think 28 or something like that. He always gets nice numbers. We know this. I think he had 40 in the last game.
What kind of 28 is it?
I agree. Are they an impactful 28? Are they a shut you up kind of 28? He flexes a little bit when he gets a dunk, when he gets a little alley, he flexes a little bit. But what's his counter move, or what's going to be his go-to move? Because when we look at the Suns, we know they're a tactical team. Monty Williams is a great coach. Monty Williams over Budenholzer, by the way, for me. I don't like Budenholzer's adjustments. Budenholzer and Mike D'Antoni is a Spider-Man meme to me. Same dude.
If he didn't make it this far, he was fired this year.
I agree. I still think.
Yeah, I think he should.
I'm not gonna lie. I still think they can upgrade.
She makes his adjustments a little too slow.
Too late.
Listen, they also got a break. Let's talk about. Do you want to talk about the Suns getting the break to get in the finals? The Bucks also got some breaks to get to the finals.
Both teams got the stimmy package this year. You know, so
stimmy chip.
They got the stimmy chip.
But you know, I want to talk about.
I'm not gonna do that to both those teams. They both earned it. Whichever team wins it, I'm gonna give it to them because both teams at this point is healthy.
You have to. Ain't no bubble around.
But how is it more of a stimmy than other teams?
I mean, come on. The Suns they go against the Lakers. LeBron is limping.
Hold up. Wait, now you are LeBron apologist? He's limping?
No, hold on. Listen, I'm the last person to try and go.
That man was limping?
He came into the playoffs limping. Didn't he have like an injury or something before? I forgot what it was.
I can't jack your hot takes because somebody walked up to CP3 and injected him with COVID-19. Because I don't know how
the 2-day conspiracy.
He sat him down and he took
perfectly fine.
Jamal Murray was hurt. Was out.
Okay, but the Nuggets
and
still beat the Blazers.
Had that mysterious...
but he was hurt from the half season.
He was hurt 23 games into the season. Did they not beat the Blazers though? Did they not already win a series? Did the Nuggets not beat the Blazers without Jamal Murray?
A healthy Blazers too.
A healthy Blazers. So what does that have to do with the Suns? How is it the Suns' fault?
I'm just saying. They didn't play. Both sides didn't play teams that they full strength.
I'm just saying though, the Suns
and then the Bucks didn't play. Either. You already know. Harden and Kyrie
not using
was
that
available.
As an excuse. I know you can't use it as an excuse to me because if you look at the Lakers run last year.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying.
Well, why couldn't get look at that? Why you cut that off?
They kind of got a stimmy.
I can't use no evidence for these boys. I said the Lakers first round they played without Dame. Remember, he had to leave the bubble. You forgetting that he had that knee injury after the Blazers won Game 1. He got hurt, I believe, in Game 2, I think, and then he missed the last 2 games in CJ, and that was an easy win for them. The Nuggets. They pretty much played a healthy Nuggets team. No Will Barton last year. They didn't play with him. Then the conference finals. Who they play in the conference?
Clippers.
They played the Nuggets in the conference finals.
You talking about last?
They played the Rockets in the second round. They got them up out of here real quick. Oh, Westbrook was a little hurt. And then in the finals, Bam missed 2 games. Dragic missed 2 games or game. And Jimmy, remember, was playing by himself.
Are you talking about validating the Lakers trip?
No, I'm just saying injuries happen
none.
every year. I'm saying so that's what helped the Lakers get to the finals last year. So injuries
but
help the Suns. Injuries help the Bucks. It helps every team.
But we can't say injuries help. Like, that's part of the game.
Yeah, not even help. I'm
Because you
just
still,
saying.
at the end of
he
the
brought
day,
it up.
you still have to win. You'll take care of business and take advantage of that situation.
If they lost, they would
Which-
slander them.
Look at the Blazers. The Nuggets is the same team that they won, that the Suns beat. You gotta remember, they did not take care of business. If they walked in there limping
Look,
without
like I
no
said,
Murray,
I'm just a little upset. All right, let me.
all right,
Let me.
I'm
know
saying,
what
but you can't take
let
away
me go
from
through
the-
the motions. All right.
they'll be jerk chicken on
Come
flatbread
on,
next
It's
come
year.
supposed to be. We supposed to be in Brooklyn, man.
I get it. All right,
We're
we
supposed to
get
be
it.
at the game. We're supposed to be courtside.
I wanted to.
I texted you yesterday what that is, right?
What?
Karma.
Yeah.
You seen the picture of
PJ
CP3?
Tucker.
Yeah,
CP3.
I mean, them two. He didn't even want them. He said, "Oh, this team's not good enough." He quit on Houston, came to Brooklyn, thought he was gonna walk into a chip, and guess what? Go home. Karma's a bitch.
It is. I agree. Another key to the Suns win. Intel. I'm gonna say in my mind, because if you look at some of the Phoenix Suns ties to the Bucks team, got Crowder, got the intel on Giannis. The Heat played them and they bumped them out last year. You notice the Bucks beat the Heat last year. Who was the missing piece from the Heat? Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder's on the Suns now. He was the primary defender on Giannis last year. It was Jay Crowder, and then it was Bam Adebayo, and then it was some Jimmy Butler. Who's the primary defender for Giannis on the Phoenix Suns? It's going to be either Crowder or Ayton. 2 perfect Giannis type of defenders. Intel. He got the game plan from Coach Spo on what to do to Giannis, how to frustrate Giannis. You build that wall for Giannis when he's coming on the floor. Same thing that the Bucks were the Nets were using against them. The same thing that helped Blake Griffin have so much success against, because the Nets actually play Giannis perfectly. They really expose Giannis a little bit low key.
I feel like we're gonna get a PJ Tucker versus Crowder. I'm excited about that for some reason.
I like that.
I
Is
actually
PJ
like.
gonna guard Crowder? I don't know. Though. I don't think so.
I just feel like something's gonna happen and them two.
Oh, a little
gonna bump it.
tussling.
Yeah. I hope they let them rock out the way the refs was letting the Bucks and the Nets rock out last series.
That was a physical series.
That looked like a 90s series right there.
Yeah, well, they might not though, because Book has to deal with a broken nose. You know, they made play into fact. They may not let it go too extreme. Also, Torrey Craig too was on the Bucks and the Suns, and he's the only player who's going to get a ring no matter what. So he got some intel.
Really?
Torrey Craig got
the Verajal special.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's getting a ring either way. He was on both teams this year, so he may have some intel. Coach Budenholzer's game plan. But also on the other side, on the Bucks side, PJ Tucker may know Chris Paul's plays, or the CP's plays. So that may
Good
be
synergy.
Yeah, so I think that actually makes for a nice tactical kind of game.
How we feel about that,
Serious.
by the way?
What?
That whole, since you was on this team and in this part of the season, and now you on this team in the part of the season, and it just so happens that y'all meet in the finals, and then you gonna get a ring either way. How we feel about that?
I don't mind it.
I don't mind.
I mind how DeMarcus Cousins got a ring.
He got one?
They gave him one.
Wait, for what?
From the
Golden
Lakers,
State?
right?
Yeah.
From the Lakers? Wait, the bubble?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And he got cut, but
Did he get cut? That's what I'm saying.
But he got nah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Torrey Craig, I don't mind, because I feel like if you're a piece of the team,
if you're
like,
active,
if you contribute, like Torrey Craig, he didn't contribute on the Bucks.
That's
Nah,
what I'm saying.
they didn't give him no burn. He got traded for cash considerations. But look what he's doing for the Suns though. One man.
I really like that kid y'all got, Bridges.
Mikal Bridges.
I really like him. I think he's gonna be an X factor on Giannis because he's lanky and he's athletic.
I don't think he's gonna guard Giannis though. He's too small. He's gonna have to guard Middleton or full court. Well, he plays full court pressure. He's gonna have to guard Middleton.
I think Middleton is an X factor too, because if he gotta pop off though, like
he's the main factor right now.
Does he have
for
to
real.
be the Bucks' leading scorer in order for them to make some noise?
No, I think he has to have the ball in the fourth quarter.
He has to be efficient though.
So he doesn't have to be the leading scorer.
He
Who
don't
has
have
to be the Bucks'
He
leading
don't have to
scorer?
be the
for
leading
y'all?
scorer, but he got to be efficient. He can't have one of those stinker games. If he have a stinker game, it's over.
He's averaging 23, 8, and 5 for the playoffs. So he's playing very well. He stepped up when the Bucks needed him the most this postseason. In Brooklyn, Game 6, he had 38. Game 7, 23 and 10. Game 5 against Atlanta, 26 and 13. Game 6 against Atlanta, 32 and 7.
He's the Bucks Mr. Big Shot.
So that will be the Mikal Bridges assignment, which I think is going to be another crucial matchup of this final. So Mikal Bridges, to me, he's a very underrated defender. To me, he should have been all defensive second or third team to me. He's been that good on defense because he's take the best perimeter player of the opposing team, played them full court, 94 feet, and he's been hooping on that end. And he's a great cutter, takes smart shots. He hits the three when he's confident. And I think he's become a star in his role this season. So I think in terms of that matchup, I still think Middleton is probably going to score 20. I feel like he has to score 20, so I still think he's going to get his 20. But I feel like how he gets that 20 is important.
You know what else on the lowest of keys? Bobby Portis gotta ball out too. If he balls out, that's gonna be a problem for the Suns.
He's in my notes too.
He showed up.
Yeah, I think his physicality is gonna be something
balling.
important.
And he ain't played the series before.
Yeah, against the Nets. I don't know. I think that was a mistake by Budenholzer that he didn't play Portis because he could have matched Blake's physicality on that. So I think when Ayton goes to the bench, that to me may be one of the Suns' issues. When he goes to the bench, you got to bring in Saric.
Dario.
I mean, even though he's been playing well, though.
I like Dario.
Nah, Dario's been playing well. I can't hate on him.
The kid with the fro, too.
Okay, Cameron
Cameron
Johnson.
Yeah, Cameron Johnson.
Cameron Johnson. Yeah,
Campaign.
I like him too.
Yeah,
he comes in and he doesn't play outside of his means or his what he's known for.
Yeah,
I didn't really pay attention to him till last series, and I was
he
like,
can shoot too.
No, he can shoot. He's shooting over 50% from three.
He was knocking
in the
down
playoffs.
shots with confidence.
Yeah, he's
like, this dude is all right.
He's a key integral piece off the bench.
Remember last time I was here, I said you gotta watch Cameron Payne.
Yeah.
Cameron Payne played. Listen,
I called it.
You a big proponent. You call him dancer.
Yeah,
and he made everybody extremely proud of how he filled in and stepped in for CP. And you could see that the team was missing him when he went out in that, what was it, game 2? No, game 3. He went out. When CP came back with that ankle injury and he didn't play, that's the game that they lost. And you can see he still had to work his way back in the rest of the series. But he's an integral piece to the Suns. And when he comes in, he pushes the pace.
He's like their spark.
Yeah, he said spark off the bench because he wasn't really scoring like that in the beginning of the season, but you can see how confident he is now too. When he
got that swagger.
Yeah, he got that swag now.
That little scoop that he has when he goes to the lane. That little scoop is all right. I can't.
Got that little layup package.
Yeah, he got a nice little layup package.
I wish that that Bulls representative that said he was an NBA player come out publicly and said the same thing. I wanted him to publicly apologize.
He should apologize.
Because there's no way in hell you get a young kid and in 2 practices you say he's not an NBA player.
People forgetting that campaign was a lottery pick too. I mean, he was the top 15 pick. I forgot what pick he was, but he was like a top 15, top 20 pick. Yeah, he was. He was a top 20 pick.
But he's a hooper, man. I mean, you can't teach heart. And that's what he has. He's small, but he has heart.
And all he needed, I feel like, was the guidance. Somebody to guide him. And CP, that's what he gave to him. He gave him the guidance, showed him where he can be effective. Excuse me, in certain spots. Yeah, what pick was he?
2015 draft, 14th pick.
14th pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he was telling you top 15 pick. So let's talk about the maturation of Booker, Ayton, Bridges, the young guns for the Suns in this entire playoffs. And are they finals ready right now? Because this is the biggest stage, it's the biggest moment. They've never been here before. Hopefully nerves won't get to them. There's going to be a lot of media attention, a lot of people asking for tickets, a lot of shit that comes with it. A lot of groupies, a lot of thotties, all of that other stuff that comes with playing in the NBA Finals, already. Let's talk about Booker first. Let's give him his flowers this playoffs, man, because he's turning into a two-way player right before our eyes. He's been playing well, averaging 27 and 6 and 4 for the whole playoffs. The 3 closeout games, he had 47, he had 34, then he had 27. Playing with a broken nose. My son Pat Bev tried to injure my boy.
That was a mistake.
It was a little too close, though. Pat Bev plays aggressive defense. Nobody else broke his nose. Come on, this is Pat Beverly we talking about. You don't think he was overly aggressive? I didn't say he broke his nose on purpose. I'm just saying an overly aggressive D.
Playoff toughness, like, you know, it happens.
How you felt about that pushing the back on CP?
Yo, son.
That was violent.
I was laughing.
Yo, I was laughing too. I was like, wow, they trying to injure my son. That's all I said. All I said, they trying to injure my boy. They mad, man. They mad because they was getting smoked. Was smoking him that game.
I wonder
6,
what
man.
he said to him, though.
He didn't say nothing.
No, he says no. Hell no.
No.
He didn't see it coming.
What? How you
He
flop
He could have got
flop?
hurt though.
Son, that was a tough.
Yeah.
That was a two-hander too.
CP says something to him on the whoop pass. I want to know what
But
was said.
he said he looked. Cam Johnson came on. I think it was Cowherd, and he asked him. He was like, "Yo, what did he say to him?" He said, "As far as I know, he just looked at him." He said, "We asked CP what
It
did he
looked like
say?"
he did
And
look-
CP
just look
said
at
that
him.
he
No,
just looked
said
at him.
something.
He said he looked at him.
I seen the video.
I think
said
he said something to plays before.
probably.
Yeah.
I think because remember early in the game where Pat Bev crossed him a little bit and he got that little layup and then he was flexing a little bit on him. So, you know, I feel like a lot of that deep-rooted hate shit was also from Rondo too. Remember Rondo's on the bench. That's Beverly's little mentor. And then remember Pat Beverly, he was traded for CP when CP was going to Houston.
And guess what?
So he tight.
CP was firing his ass up
That's what I'm talking about.
air fryer style that fourth quarter.
Listen, he had 41 or 37. 41 or 37. I forgot.
41.
41. 8 assists, 0 turnovers.
He was stir frying his ass that fourth quarter.
Spectacular. In LA against the Clippers, against that whole
Former
stack,
team, yeah.
a whole stack of players that low-key hate him on that team. All of those vets on that team. Cousins, Rondo, Beverly, Montrez if he was there. All of those dudes that hate him low-key on that team. And doing it against them, the former owner, all of that stuff. So I think that was amazing. But let's get back to Booker and give him some flowers because I could tell how bad he wants to win, though. He's one of the most mature, 24-year-olds that I've ever seen in the NBA. And he's been playing excellent. And I want to spotlight his rebounding. Because his rebounding as a two guard has been excellent in this playoffs. In a couple of closeout games, he had 11 rebounds in a couple of those high-profile games. He's only averaging
Didn't he
6.
have like 15 rebounds one game?
He had 11 in the closeout. But one of them, he had like a 13 rebound, I think. Something like that. And he's really, really been like taking his playoffs very serious. In the game 1, when CP was out, he had that 40-point triple-double. He's been playing excellent. And to me, when I look at Booker in this series, I think he has to take more than 20 shots, in my opinion. There's a lot of times that he takes less than 20 shots, but I looked up the stats, and they have an 8-2 record this playoffs when Booker takes more than 20 shots. And he averages 37-4 when he takes over 20 shots. So to me, I think Booker needs to shoot more, especially early on in his finals and early on in each game. So I got to give him his flowers on his maturation this playoffs when I look at Booker. What's your thoughts on Booker?
I'm just not gonna go with Booker. I like Booker and Ayton's growth. I thought Ayton was soft in the middle last year, and this year he looked focused and he's more confident in picking his shots because he's not just getting at the rim anymore. He's doing more, face up, 15-foot, 18-foot range jump shot where he's spreading the offense and keeping everybody honest. And what Booker does is he brings an it factor to that team.
Yeah.
For somebody that could get a tough bucket.
Yeah.
So I like the growth of both of them from, last year to this year, the maturity factor. And I think them playing in a small market keeps them focused on basketball. Unlike,
yes, that's true.
I don't want to call nobody out, but the young kids from LA, they bleach their hair and stuff like that. They more concerned about what they wear coming into
Outward appearance.
league fits if they're gonna get posted.
League fits.
Booker's coming in and handle business, and he's light skinned. Light skin sells in the NBA. So I appreciate him.
He's been hooping, man. Talk to me. What have you seen from Booker's growth, Damo?
Oh, well,
Or Ayton's growth?
both of them to me, they both matured greatly in this season.
With the French twist, mature.
Yeah, matured.
People
but-
slandered Ayton though a lot.
Yeah. They both grown really quick, but that was obvious. Though I'm gonna go with Mikal Bridges as the one I was really looking at because he really was getting shine like that until this year. You see a lot more of him this year. He's looking like one of those up and coming two-way players.
Yeah.
That you can trust on. So he's the one that I'm really looking at that matured out of the three.
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely like how he's playing. He's definitely become a star in his role, like I said before. And Ayton too. I think with him, I think he's just realizing his potential as a big man in this league and like how to make money in this league, and realizing that you don't have to score a lot as a big man to make a major impact on the game. Because we look at dudes like Rudy Gobert. He just got $200 million, and he's an offensive liability. There's a lot of bigs in the game. Aerial assault got paid. And yo, stop hating on my son. You see how good aerial assault is Clint Capella. Damo is always hating on Clint Capella. You see how he played in his competition. Give him some love.
I gave him love.
Is he better than Miles Turner? Wow, he's thinking now.
Yeah,
I am
right now.
I am too. Well, health wise.
Right no, I'm talking about health. Would you rather have Clint Capella or Miles Turner?
Right now,
healthy? I'm taking Miles Turner.
Yeah, healthy. Yeah,
healthy.
He's more of a.
So he still didn't win y'all over then. All right,
I got another hot take for you though.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Ayton reminds me of a Tim Duncan feel.
That's a hot take.
He has a nice soft touch.
He does.
Around the middle. He has really good hands.
He does.
He rebounds.
Well, it's grown too, because in the beginning his hands.
Yeah, it was real suspect.
Yeah.
But now they hitting him in the pocket and he's actually collecting and he's finishing up high.
I would say not Tim Duncan. I'll say more maybe like Chris Bosh. Because Chris Bosh had that kind of soft touch.
No, but Chris Bosh was more elusive with the handle.
Yeah, he did take you off the dribble a little bit more.
Ayton kind of like, he's not robotic. He's like, he has good flow to his game, but I like the fact that he's moving back and adding range to his offense.
Low key, what I think is fueling Ayton. If you go back a couple of years ago when they was comparing him to Embiid, remember Embiid was talking trash? We were like, don't compare this guy to me. He's not even here yet. I think he's like still carrying that, and that's why you be seeing the Ayton that we see today.
He should be carrying that. I like that,
and I feel like I want to see him be more dominant. Because there's times I'll be like, yo, he got them broad shoulders. He could just turn around and just booming on. I want to see more of that.
I agree with you, and what I do see also, which he's gotten better at. And I think that helps out his overall game. He's gotten better in the IQ department. And most importantly, he's got better in his screening, I feel like, as a big man. Because if you look at the screens that he sets, all of those shots that CP gets, that Booker gets, that Mikal gets, they're all made by DeAndre Jordan initiating that top initial screen at the top of the key. And if he doesn't set a perfect screen, sometimes he sets a double screen. He sets one screen, it comes back, and CP goes around another screen, does a snake dribble as usually do. But if it's not for that screen, a good screen, sealing off that defender, nothing happens to me. So I think he should get a lot of credit for him knowing how to screen and being big enough, I feel like, to hold off that defender.
His presence to be big enough.
Yeah. I think that's a, like... That shit like that gets you paid. It got DeAndre Jordan paid. Look at DeAndre Jordan out here getting DMPs now.
Chris Paul gets centers paid, man.
He gets them
Tyson Chandler got paid.
DeAndre Jordan.
Come on.
David West.
He would have got Rudy Gobert $200 million too. I'm still surprised Rudy got that $200 million without a big point guard. But Mitchell, I guess, got him that. But Ayton, I definitely am looking for something big from him, especially this series for him to hold his own. So, can Giannis now? Can he dominate this series?
I'm gonna say
there's a lot of hesitation right here. He can't dominate.
I don't see. He has to, but I don't see how. If
what's domination too is a real question. Because he could
being
get you
able
40
to get into the paint at will. As you've seen last series, this dude, he was struggling. No, not.
That's it. Against the Nets?
Against the Nets, he was struggling to get into the paint. But the Hawks, it was light work. It wasn't really no struggles there for him.
No, don't say that.
But they still lost some games.
Because when Reddish was kind of established into it, Reddish's hands, his speed of his hands bothered Giannis. Especially if Giannis being defended by somebody, he puts his back to somebody to make an offensive move. His handle is so loose.
I'm talking about being fit, but he could still get something off even with what you talking about with the hands. If you give Giannis a little physical, if you get physical with Giannis, I think You'll take him out his game.
I think
Phoenix has enough physical players to take him out his game.
Well, Blake Griffin was physical with him.
Yeah.
I don't even think that it has to be a physical thing with him. I think when Giannis becomes a liability in this series, and that's why I'm going with the Suns in 6. Because I think they have enough different type of weapons of defenders to run at him. You have the athletic ones, you have the physical guys.
Okay, so different looks, you say.
And then you have Ayton who can build a wall at the rim, who's been playing good defense, protecting the rim this series, where he doesn't have to really worry about, like, you know, if Giannis is going to dunk over the top of him, because the smaller guards are going to be the one to bother him. He just got to make sure he protects up high and not foul. And even if he does foul him, he's not going to make it.
I was about to say, even if he does foul him, I'm not really mad at that.
And they got enough defenders to touch him and, you know what I mean, give him a few fouls where, you know what I mean, the game might slip.
Do y'all think that Monty will do a hack of Giannis at any of the series?
I have a feeling he will.
Because they all tactical.
I would.
You would?
I would.
I would definitely strongly consider that shit. In Phoenix, I would strongly consider it.
Because like Reem was saying earlier, it's a mental thing. And it's a mental thing for Giannis. You know, and he's gonna shoot an air ball. And
yo, I've never seen a dude shoot many consistent air balls at the line.
And when that happens,
he's good for
one or two. One a game.
Yeah.
One a game. And you know what, too? Speak while we on the free throws and shit. Can you imagine? Because you know CP3, he's my guy, but he's a pain in the ass on the court, right? So can you imagine his pain in the ass self barking at the ref yo, how long is he taking?
Oh yeah.
He's taking more than 10. Can you imagine that shit?
Oh yeah.
I already know that's gonna happen.
You know, I like Chris Paul's
antics?
Troll antics on the court.
I love it.
I love it. It's good for the NBA.
He's a 2-point geezer. I ain't gonna lie.
Every advantage, man.
He's so heady that he calls for the refs.
Yes. And he tells them to call it.
Like, yo, this is in the rule book. Call it. Imagine that.
Yo.
How do you beat that?
That's how he gets on plays. But if he's on your team, though, I would love that. Be like, damn, he's thinking for all of us right now. So while we're on CP3, what is this title? If my man was to win a title, because you know I'm rooting for my boy to win a title. If he wins a title, fellas, let's talk about what it would mean for CP3's legacy. Because CP3 is in a category right now of some of the best players to ever play this game that didn't win a title. CP, Melo, Barkley, Stockton, Malone, Ivo. I know I'm forgetting some people right now. But T-Mac.
He was close.
Great.
No cigar.
Listen, if you think about this right here, fellas, us three, me, CP, Ray Allen's also my favorite player, but he got a title. But for right now, CP, T-Mac, Carmelo Anthony.
We have a chance he doesn't.
Well, KD got two already. He doesn't have a chance anymore. KD got two already.
Now it's KD.
KD was my favorite player.
I feel you. No, I'm gonna give you that. Because KD is your guy. KD is your guy. But we our all-time favorite player. None of them have won a championship. Yes, thus far. CP3 is one of the first one out of this group of us to actually have a chance to really legitimately win the title as a main piece of a team.
Let's not hold down on T-Mac yet. Maybe he could come back as an assistant coach or so.
Yeah. Come back with
you gotta get a new suit. We can't do them Steve Harvey baggy suits no more. You need a new suit. But what does this mean for CP3's legacy? 16 years in the league, 22 playoff series, brother.
It's the icing on the cake, man. You know, it's I think.
Does he need it to validate his career, in your opinion?
No. I don't think so. Because if John Stockton's career is validated, Chris Paul his career is definitely validated by now. But that ring is definitely going to be the icing on the cake, and the way that he got the ring. You know, being that it's on Phoenix. You know, after this dude could have went to the Lakers. He could have took the easy way out as everybody else. You know, he could have went to formed another superstar team, but he went to Phoenix and thugged it out over there. Got them boys, he groomed them boys over there. And now he's in the finals. He's reaping the benefits after 16 seasons. Icing on the cake.
Remo, talk to me. CP3's legacy, what does it do? What does it help?
I'm gonna have to agree with Damo. It's just that I feel as though, he has every accolade to say, arguably, he's probably the best point guard of this generation already. He's he changes every team where he goes to. Now this is like, they had issues with him in other locations because of
weak players had issues with him.
Yeah, but like co whatever you want to call it. It didn't work out. But now he got a bunch of young guys that bought into his system and he won it his way. So if anything, the gratification is for CP3 on his own career.
And you know what? You know what too? I hope that it inspires like a new movement, and we could kill off that whole super team thing that's going on. Because if you look at CP's career, all he's dealt with is small market teams. The
Aside
New Orleans
from LA.
Hornets, the LA Clippers, which is the little brother to the Lakers, which he could have went to the Lakers, but that got vetoed. And then now, Phoenix Suns.
Oklahoma City brought them back.
City,
He was supposed to be in a rebuild.
That was crazy.
Resurrection
That was
season.
crazy. And I predicted that he was going to do good that season.
Yeah. I know, man. I was hot. I was heated, man. Listen, that was the Wash Who tour that year. that was my Wash Who tour. Him and Melo's
But
Wash
he is
Who
a
tour,
culture
too.
changing kind of player.
He
You know?
is.
So I hope that we could, that whole super team thing dies off with him, because you still got players like, Dame that's staying loyal to their teams, So I
think
want to see more stuff like that.
whether he wins or he loses, hopefully thinking that he wins. I think this gives a chance for old media to really put a shine on what CP3 has been in the league for so long. Because they've been trying to push a narrative that he was washed or he's too old, and
old narrative.
You go out and you look for veterans that can form a team mentally, but he's forming a team mentally and he's productive at the same time, and they don't give him any credit for it. So I think this should be the time where, whether he wins or he loses, he's a difference maker in any locker room, and they should talk about that more.
I agree. Well said. There definitely needs to be a shift in the narrative to CP, because they was saying he was washed especially when he got traded from the Rockets, because he wasn't put in his proper position to succeed with D'Antoni, who was taking the ball out of his hands. You see Monty now, he's putting the ball in his hands. They're saying, run the offense. We got a couple of young dogs with you. Just lead us the way. The same way Jimmy Butler went to the Heat last year with them young guys, showed Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, all of them guys the way. But fellas, this shit means everything. I ain't gonna lie. This shit means everything. This shit means everything to CP3. This shit means everything to me. I ain't gonna lie. This title means everything, man. My son gotta win this title, man. It took 16 years to get here. I've been screaming CP's been the best point guard of this generation for years now. I argue with lunatics, knuckleheads, losers, haters on Twitter all day, every day. They always say he didn't win, he didn't get a ring, he didn't win, he's not better than this guy, he's not better than that guy because he didn't win. So I'm ready to shut them up. My son needs to win, but he also needs to be a key cog in the win. Also, that would be icing on the cake.
Finals MVP?
He gotta get Finals MVP to me.
I don't think he has to.
For me.
I know for you. I know for you.
For me, he has to win. Yeah. For me, for argument's sake, because
that's the ultimate icing on the cake. I got you.
He has to. That's extra ammo that I got under the tank in the chamber. For
Finals
but
MVP at 36 years.
You know what I'm saying?
I got
he needs that
you.
because low key, he broke some low key records in his playoffs by being the oldest player to do some shit. So he was the second oldest to drop 40 or some shit like that.
That was pretty to watch.
Yeah.
I think Chris Paul has been through enough pain in his career to finally overcome.
That's why I didn't like when he brought up the injuries, because injuries is usually on the wrong side of Chris Paul.
I still wasn't, even though I brought it up, I would just bring it up as a joke. I'm not holding it again.
I feel like you was trying to discredit.
I'm not gonna I'm not trying to put no asterisk.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. Like I said, whoever wins is definitely earned. Yeah,
I agree, because it's a battle of attrition.
Yeah.
All teams have to be available and healthy. So, series prediction. Everybody already knows my prediction.
Yeah,
this goes without saying. It's time for CP to get his flowers. I'm going Suns in 6 for me. The streets, by the way, should be rooting for a black GM, black head coach, black star point guard, and be rooting for the Suns. Suns in 6. Remo, who you got, brother?
Let me go. I'm sorry.
Damo.
I'm sorry because
Damo be hating right now.
No, I'm not hating. I'm a little undecided. I feel like it's going to be 7 games.
Okay.
I hope it's 7 games.
Why do you want 7?
Because I feel like they're evenly matched.
They are, though. They are.
And I want a good series, So I really can't say who would win. Because there's a lot of factors, that has to happen. Like I said earlier.
You gotta choose, brother. What you mean? What you mean you can't? There's a lot of factors. Who cares? They gotta win. Somebody gotta
I
win.
want Phoenix to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phoenix and how many?
Phoenix in 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the valley. I'll be there.
In traumatic fashion. Chris Paul mid-range shot off the pick and roll.
If he does that, man, look for me.
You might as well get your sombrero and your sunscreen ready.
The chocolatas
Cause
are
you
ready.
out.
I'm out if he do that. And so Remo, talk to me. What's your prediction?
I'm gonna go Phoenix in 5.
Ooh, I like it. Talk to me. Why you think so?
CP3, he's waited so long to get here. So
Yeah.
I think he's gonna put everything in motion. Like whatever we known him for, he's gonna transform into, Megatron with it. And bring the young boys along with him. I think Booker is the guy that got to put his foot on the gas from the jump to make this happen.
I agree.
To
You got to
make this
shoot over
happen.
20 shots to me. He's got to be the leading scorer to me. 27 plus, maybe 30.
We need 30,
need 30?
plus. Yeah. We need 30 plus.
Against Black Jesus, you're going to have to give 30 against Black Jesus.
But see, if Black Jesus holds him, that means CP3 is running around like
Exactly.
The Wolves.
They're going to have to pick their poison.
Yeah.
Middleton, or maybe Middleton is going to book him.
We will see.
Isn't
But
it?
and if Giannis isn't ready, or if he's a shell of Giannis, that's unfortunate. But
Yeah, I'm definitely going. I'm gonna go Suns in 6 because I'm gonna give Bucks some respect. I do think it's gonna be a nice battle though. I actually think Giannis is gonna play in every game. I actually hope he plays in every game. If he does miss a game, I think it may be game 1. But I think he's by game 2, we'll be having normal Giannis. I think.
Giannis ain't good. He ain't that guy.
You know what I think too? I think what's the key for this Giannis is getting over the mental everything. The mental hurdle of his free throws, the mental hurdle of that wild-ass Phoenix Suns crowd that's going to be there, the mental hurdle of the injury. Because if he looked at that play of how his knee snapped back and that mental muscle memory is in his brain, that'll mess you up a little bit and you won't make your normal
Won't be
moves.
jumping the same.
Yeah, you won't be as mobile. So I think the mental part for Giannis is important for him. But I think CP is tapping into that.
I'm about to say, who don't give a shit about your mental? CP.
That's what I'm talking about.
If your leg is hurting, he gonna attack the leg.
Yeah, you gonna tap it. I need CP to also be aggressive from the get go. But also, I would say I need him to calm down his composure because I think CP, I think he wants it so much because this may be his only shot at the finals ever. It took 6 years to get it. It may be his only time. I think because he wants it so bad, he may need to calm down when it comes to like the refs and throughout the game.
Yeah.
His emotions gonna be high. Even though he doesn't really have beef with this team, I think it's just the emotions of his winning.
Is that ref gonna be in this series?
Oh man. And we also need to know what game Scott Foster is reffing. It better not be game 5, 6, or 7. Let him go 1, 2, or 3. One of those. Because whatever that is, that's gonna be the Suns' loss. We already know Scott Foster gonna cheat. We hope not, but we'll see. But Suns in 6, 5, 7. Damo got 7. It's gonna be nice, man. It's gonna be nice. Before we get on out of here, though, I want to talk about Damo real quick. Why he's salty on them Nets, man? You feel like they should have won that series, even with the injuries?
Of course.
Even with the injuries,
With the man.
because you got to deal with injuries. Kyrie was a freak accident. Harden, I wasn't really liking the Harden that I was seeing.
I feel like KD was still enough to get it done.
I agree.
Like he was
I think he still got it done.
literally a half a shoe size down from winning that series. If his foot was a little bit smaller, they would have won that series.
Would've.
And then that would have been enough time for everybody to come back at least 60%. So
I feel like
But it is what it
I
is.
feel like they lost that shit fair and square though. To be honest.
Yeah, they lost fair and square.
Yeah.
But I have Milwaukee won that series.
Yeah, they definitely won that series. PJ was important in that series. Man.
Oh yeah, PJ Tucker did his best, to guard KD, but there's nothing you could do with him.
He got his ass cracked.
Yeah,
He was cracking him.
all 3 of them definitely back next year. KD, Kyrie,
They
Harden.
both under contract.
I
think
want Blake Griffin.
I'm
to
saying
come back.
you want all 3.
Blake Griffin, it would be a good idea, but he's kind of
I actually feel like he fit in a little bit.
he
he
leveraged
fits.
his career though, so that like moving forward, he'll be a veteran minimum guy. And like,
Yeah, that's good for him. DeAndre, well, he's getting paid.
I don't understand what's going on with DeAndre.
Because they got to give minutes to Claxton.
we said we was big fans of Claxton from the
Yeah, I
beginning.
like Claxton.
and about Brown, the kid Brown.
Jeff
Bruce
Green.
Brown.
I don't want Jeff Green back.
I like
too.
Jeff Green. They
And
got
I
too
want-
many. Somebody
and I
has
want
to
the
go.
point guard. Man, I want everybody back. And Dinwiddie, I don't know what they're
Mike-
gonna do about Dinwiddie though, because
They
Dinwiddie.
might have to move him because he might be
Yeah,
looking to
we get some
moved.
defensive pieces for him.
Yo, on the low.
Blazers.
I've been hearing Blazers. I've been hearing Mellow LA talk or Mellow Brooklyn talk. It's exciting me.
No Mellow Nick talk.
No. We have ambitions to win a
Yo,
chip.
he's on your. He's on your.
We need a chip.
Yo, what's up with Phoenix though?
need
Come
a
to
chip.
Phoenix,
I
bro.
don't mind that either, but
Listen,
I think
Come to that valley. We need to get him and Crowder as a nice 4-piece.
1-2.
One nice 1-2. Crowder, Mellow. I like that.
It'd be
Mellow.
nice, but if he go there, it'd be like you know, it looked like all right. You over here.
Nah. It don't matter, son.
Yeah?
It don't matter, son. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Mellow, come through. Mellow, if you see this, come through.
T-Mac.
Come through. Yes, T-Mac assistant coach. Yeah, so family, next time y'all see me is probably gonna be the end of the series, maybe, unless there's something crazy I might come during the middle of the series. But you know what I'm saying? Suns in 6.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth. The prophecy is here. Talk about it. Fellas, I appreciate y'all joining me, man, as always. I might have to bring y'all back here for the championship parade, man. I might have to go down to the valley, fellas.
Yeah, you're not even gonna be
looking
here.
at the
Yeah.
tickets already, man.
Yo, by the way, those finals tickets are out of control, son.
Oh yeah.
Yo, the upper deck I saw was the lowest was $890.
Dang.
Upper deck though, I said, oh wow, and this is the like a pre-sale basically.
R3.
Yeah, all three. Listen, all three, aka the Valley, will be there. I'm about to bring a cactus over there. Fuck that. I'm bringing a cactus over there to the R3 lounge.
God. Might as well buy a Chihuahua.
Come on, yeah, you might as well do that. We'll be at the R3. So, family, this episode, where we at? 156, and we are.